The Dallas Cowboys host division rival Philadelphia on Thanksgiving Day. Dallas a 3-point favorite on BETDAQ, 54.5 the total in this game. Both these teams currently sit at 8-3, tied atop the NFC East, so this should be a very competitive, very entertaining game. We see a big total here like 54.5. These are both teams that win with offense. Philadelphia third in the league in points scored, Dallas sixth in points scored. But even though these are two excellent offenses and we're already in week 13 of the season, questions surround both of these offenses, specifically the quarterback position. Philadelphia lost starting quarterback Nick Foles to a broken collarbone a few weeks ago. They've had to turn to Mark Sanchez. Now, Sanchez has played really well in a couple of wins. The Eagles offense did not miss a beat in wins over Carolina and Tennessee, but Sanchez was awful in a blowout loss to the Green Bay Packers 2 weeks ago. So it's tough to know whether we should trust this Philadelphia offense with Sanchez at the helm. And you look at the Cowboys, they still have their starting quarterback, but he is not healthy. Tony Romo broke his back a couple of weeks back. 2 cracked vertebrae for Tony Romo. He's made 2 starts since then against Jacksonville and the New York Giants. Has not looked fully healthy in those games, if you ask me. He's looked a bit gimpy, in my opinion. Now, they did beat the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jags, after all, have only won 1 game all season. But they had to come from behind to beat the New York Giants last week. And the Giants now sit at 3-8, so they're certainly not a very good team. So, as we said, even though both these offenses have been good this year, still some questions surrounding both of these offenses. So where does that leave us? Well, I think we should look at the other side of the ball, where Dallas has been much better than Philadelphia this season. The Cowboys really have been better than anybody thought they were going to be on defense. Remember last year, Dallas finished dead last in yards allowed. They now rank top half of the league in both yards allowed and points allowed. Philadelphia, meanwhile, really struggling defensively. The Eagles, 26th in total yards allowed and 30th against the pass. Only 2 teams this season allowing more pass yards per game than the Philadelphia Eagles. And you look at this Philly team as a whole, yes, they're 8-3, but they've only beaten 1 team that currently has a winning record. That was Indianapolis way back in week 2. So really, Philadelphia has feasted on a bunch of losing teams. They're going on the road here to face the Dallas Cowboys. The Eagles really bad in the secondary. So I do have a Dallas lean in this situation. Now look, it wouldn't shock me if the Eagles were to win this game. This is basically a toss-up, as we can surmise from the 3-point number. But as I said, Dallas better on defense. I still do not trust Mark Sanchez, even though he's been pretty good in a couple of starts. So I do have a lean towards the Cowboys in this situation. Dallas -3, my recommendation. I would also look at over 54.5.